Hey everyone, and welcome back to a brand new series on Caliga Plays. Today we're going to be starting the Skylanders Spyro's Adventure complete Let's Play. I'm going to be playing all 25-ish levels of this game. I'm aiming to show pretty much everything this game's got to offer, because as I sort of teased at the end of the Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu Nuzlocke, this game is near its 10th anniversary. It's on the 12th of October, I think, is when it was released 10 years ago, 12th of October 2011, sometime around that. So I'm looking at doing a retrospective on this game, which will hopefully lead me into a retrospective of all the other Toys to Life games, predominantly the Skylanders and Disney Infinity games, because those are the ones I know the most. So I'm going to be talking about Skylanders, which I'm very excited, because Skylanders was... I got the game... This is one of the only games I could say, probably one of the only ones I can remember, was Pokemon Ultra Sun and Pokemon Shield. So like the last two... Some of the last few Pokemon games, Skylanders, they're some of the games I can remember getting as soon as they came out. Well, I didn't really get this game as soon as I came out, but I got it the Christmas of 2011. So, when I was very much younger, I've already tried to record this 2 more times.
Greetings, young Portal Master. I have been waiting.
I'm just going to get into this.
I am Eon, your guide in this world. But where are you may ask? This is Skylands. An ancient world of wonder and mystery. For generations, the Portal Masters and the Skylanders kept peace and balance in this world, so that all creatures could thrive. Magic flows through everything here. Every rock, every tree, and every beast. But now our world is in great danger. The darkness is spreading. Skylands needs your help. A great adventure awaits you, young Portal Master. I have sent my assistant Hugo to seek you out. We will speak again soon.
Wowzers, look at all these balloons leaving. Parking's gonna be a snap.
They're not just leaving, they're evacuating. Something is terribly wrong.
Oh, well, that explains the flying rocks. Are you sure this is a good idea?
Just go on, Flynn. Get to higher ground. I'll meet you on the other side of town.
Rightio. Good luck, Hugo.
Master Eon said help would be coming. He said to be right here. First, the core explodes. Then, I start hearing voices. And now, I'm in the middle of a village being ripped apart by who knows what. Clearly, I am losing my mind.
Now is the time, Portal Master.
Alright, so in a clip I'm probably going to show from another save file, when you put down Spyro, yeah, by the way, for this first episode, I'm only going to be using the 3 Skylanders you got in the starter pack for the home consoles. So that's Spyro, Gilgrunt, and Trigger Happy. Now, when you put Spyro on, because it's called Spyro's Adventure, because the association to Spyro was sort of this game's gimmick, Hugo calls Spyro by his name, so I'm going to put Trigger Happy on and see what happens with that. You'll see the comparison after I've done this, by the magic of editing.
Whoa! Trigger happy.
Now is the time, Portal Master.
Whoa! A Skylander! You've returned! Master Eon was...
So, he just... That's the only time where dialogue changes to account for the choice.
Master, I am Hugo, and we have much to do. This village needs our help.
Just gonna swap out for... Actually, I'm gonna keep it on Trigger Happy for a while, because playing these last two times, I've realised I actually like Trigger Happy a lot more than I used to. Mainly because of how quick his attacks are. I have no idea what I'll do. I've got my audio on quite low. Lower than I normally have it on any other of my videos. Because this game is quite loud and I'm sick of the audio problems on the other two that stop me from uploading them. Alright, so... I don't know. I'm trying to think of a way to describe Skylanders to someone who maybe isn't familiar. Well, it's a Toys to Life game, obviously, so you've got a portal of power, like you saw in the Toys to Bob opening, except I'm not using that one because this is the Xbox 360 version, but I had the Wii original. I had the Wii version originally, and the Xbox 360 both Xbox consoles, 360 and Xbox One, they both need Xbox portals of power to work. They can't connect with Wii ones, so my Swap Force and my Spyro's Adventure portal of power don't work, so I'm resorting to my Trap Team one, which is whatever.
Skylanders were all gone, but it's great to see you're here! That main road was destroyed, and now the townsfolk are all trapped inside! It's very dangerous! Taking down that wall seems like it might help. Maybe that old cannon will work.
It's very dangerous. Line. That's what you call perfect one-take voice acting. You can't replicate authentic emotion like that.
It's very dangerous.
And of course, we're absolutely not going to question why this town has a live cannon pointing at the houses of the people. Right, key system. Oh dear, we've got more dialogue.
Skylander, aren't you? I didn't know you guys were here. We could really use your help. Can you grab that key and get us out of here?
So with Toys to Life, you got some kind of device that you put the figures on, because it's really not Toys to Life, because they're not toys. They're figures, because you can't do anything with them. It's like they're collectible figures basically, so it's figures to life actually, if you want to get pedantic about it. But you some kind of receptacle that's plugged into or connects wireless. I don't know if you from the States where Spyro's Adventure had a wireless cable. It might have been somewhere else in the state that other than North America, but I know that it wasn't Europe. Europe did not get the option of no wire, which is fine. It doesn't really matter. Or it might have just been because I got the Wii version, so they spared no expense for that fucking not even HD console. But you've got some kind of figures with like technology inside the bases. Put it on, and then you've got. That's basically the bare bones of the Toys to Life format.
Oh, am I so glad the Skylanders are here. Hope there are more of you. We have a doodle of a problem here. See, the bridge is out, and people are trapped on the other side of Turtle Gully. Gosh, I hope they're okay. Blobbers over there can't move that turtle. Could you please help him?
That he's just away. He's just punching the turtle's shin, his knee. Maybe?
By Pythagoras' theorem, you're a Skylander, aren't you? Good thing you're here. I've got a big brain, but pretty puny muscles. I could use a powerful hero such as yourself to help me move this turtle.
And as you can see, obviously, all the portraits for the people that are actually speaking, all of it are shitty polygonal models, so you could see the bend in what was it, Blobbers. You could see it looked like a game from 2 generations before this game. It looked like it was from the N64, PS1. It didn't look very good.
Name's Flint. Hugo told me to meet you. Boy, you got here just in time. I can see what's causing this island to shatter. Come here and I'll show you. Use those bounce pads. They're super springy.
Flint and Hugo's portraits are alright, but oh, what is it? Master Eon's, that right at the start, that really wasn't. And it'll make even less sense once the plot gets explained. Alright, so you've got that whole thing where I think I've missed. No. No? Where yes. Yeah, okay. I'll continue. Yeah. Yeah, I'll make even less sense once the story unfolds. So yeah, you've got collectibles in every level. There's like a legendary treasure, which I never knew was in the game. Then you've got the story scroll that we just saw. There were 3 treasure chests like we saw last time. He walked very slowly. Walked very slowly down that hill for some reason. And then you've got a soul gem, but we'll get to soul gems. Here we've got the first introduction to the elemental gates. And if you think about it, this level's got a good design because you could have just gone up on the bounce pad like the game pushes you to. But if you had seen that the turtle, the blue arrows on the turtle, which completely breaks any sense of immersion. If you'd seen that, you would know to push it down here, so you could get to elemental gate before they're actually introduced, because they're a Techno Water Gate are introduced formally up there. So you've got the secret place turtle hideout, which also introduces you to the soul gems that give the Skylander that you unlock them, that you can buy. That unlocks the ability for you to buy them a special move. And you get hats, which are, I think in every single elemental gate there's a hat in this one. So we've got 2 horns now. 2 sets of horns even. And conveniently, the soul gems, they're also an actual serious advert. You've got Curse the Bone Brambler for Chop Chop, but you've got an advert for Chop Chop. Now, if that wasn't an advert for his figure, I don't know what is. But continuing with how to describe this game, so you've got the Toys to Life thing, but also, I don't know, I guess the generic thing to say for it would be that it's action adventure, which yeah, it is. It's not really a platformer, especially not this one, because you can't jump. You've just got bounce pads. But then another way I personally would describe, I don't know about the other ones, because
What we're gonna do...
I've not played these games in ages. So that's why it's good. Once I get past the 2nd level, and I'll start playing stuff that I haven't played in a long time, because I've probably only finished it the once, and then I've just played the first few levels a few times before trying to play it again for this series to make the video on it. But I would say that this game is also kind of like a dungeon crawler, in that it's and it's even more exemplified when you get to this, because it's perfectly linear. It's a linear path with obstacles, whether that's a key or cannon blowing up a wall, or these things, monster gates, which only monsters capitalized for some reason.
And these are particularly nasty.
So it's basically kill the enemies. That's essentially kill all the enemies and then the gate will open. That sounds dungeon crawly to me. But then again, I won't know. If you play Dungeon Crawler, maybe Dungeon Crawlers, I don't think is the right word. You know, that Minecraft game, Minecraft Dungeons. I imagine that is similar to this, where it's like a linear path and there's obstacles, and there's kind of RPG elements as well, because you do certain amounts of damage to enemies, and you get XP, you get loot, and you can level up. So it's a hybrid. It's a mix of a lot of different things, along with the primary gimmick of Toys to Life. And then, because of the different element systems, there's 8 elements for the first 3 games, and then they added Dark and Light. So you've got this bit of water. Spyro can't cross it. And I know I've seen Spyro go through some water before. I'm pretty sure he knew how to swim. He knew how to dive in at least the second one. I don't know. I can't really remember playing the first one, Reignited, but you need water Skylanders to cross over. Literally a puddle of water. I don't even know, but yep, here we're about to get the formal introduction of the elemental gates.
Behind these kinds of gates are some great treasures, but they can only be opened by a Skylander of the same element.
And of course, with like this entire series and concept, basically, that simple idea of, oh, you need a Skylander of a certain element to unlock the gate. That's whatever. If you have a game with a bunch of different types, you're probably going to do something like that. But that got exploited in later games, so you needed only the super elite, also super expensive, game-specific Skylanders. So, and that's basically greed. Activision killed the franchise. But I don't know. I think people are waiting for a game. It's been like, I think 2018 was the last Skylanders game. I'll have to check that because I've got a timeline up. I'm planning to talk about that a little bit in this video. Oh no, actually, it's been even longer. It's been like 5 years. Skylanders are... Oh! Can I make a video on that? Is that too late? Do you know, I don't even own it, so I don't know why I would make a video on it. I don't know, I could, but it probably comes out in October, and there's already 2... There's this game and Batman Arkham City, which is... I like both of these games, so... Well, I like Batman Arkham City. Whether I like this game remains to be seen, but I have fond memories of this game, so... That's why I have as much interest in doing a video on it as I do. Alright, we're coming up to the end of the level now. This is literally the last bit here.
Oh, the tornado! Wait! Hobbs's knee goiter! The Royal Bamboo Palace is completely gone! And, oh no! Look! The royal family is trapped! You must save them!
Marboos. When I first started recording, I think I called them Moblins. Like as an like in the first recording I did, just as an offhand comment, like trying to remember, but then realised Moblins are the giant pigmen from Legend of Zelda, really lanky guys in Breath of the Wild, so that's not right. They're the Marboos. I hope you're getting invested in all those other characters, by the way, like Blobbers and the other people who you'll probably forget because they just seem like tutorial characters, but they all come back in this game and in later games. So, make sure to keep an eye out for them. But yeah, it's just been... the only reason why I say it's like a dungeon type... I won't even say dungeon crawler, because I think dungeon crawlers are those first-person ones that were on, like... That were 80s/90s PC games that, like, aren't even really made anymore. So dungeon games, it's because it's just been one linear path with like there's been 3 branching paths, and that's been like into elemental gates, which is not really It's not that branching. Got a big expository cutscene coming up, so I'm going to be quiet during that, and then we're going to come up. We're going to come back to some more gameplay after that. And I guess that's a way of keeping it interesting for like children, because they've already got a sense of the gameplay. So it's not just immediately in with, this is all the information you'll need to know. Sure, there was a little bit, but that was just like Eon talking, and I think he does that at the start of every game anyway, so. Oh yeah, and there's a legendary treasure, which I have no clue. I think there's something specific you need to do that. And then there's always like a stupid speedrun time limit to get through, which I might try and do at some point, I don't know. Probably not in this playthrough, maybe not. I don't really know.
For as long as anyone could remember, Skylands was protected by the wisest and most powerful beings of all, the Portal Masters. And the greatest among them was Master Eon. He and his Skylanders protected the core of light. For centuries, the core of light had enriched the world, holding at bay the darkness, the ultimate force behind all evil. But now, Eon was the last Portal Master, and growing weaker with age, he knew it was only a matter of time before the darkness would return. Master Eon, those clouds, is something wrong?
Have you ever known dark, boiling, ominous cloud to be a good thing, Hugo? Take your station, Hugo. Skylanders, the darkness has come. Prepare for battle!
Behold, it is I, Chaos. Long have I waited for this day to take my revenge. Soon you will all bow down before me. Chaos. K-A-O-S.
Chaos! I might have known. And what happened to your head? It looks ridiculous.
What?
My head is awesome, I tell you! Fear it! Fear my giant floating head!
See? I told you the head isn't scary enough.
Silence, Clubshanks! You're spoiling my evil mood.
You thought you had banished me to the Outlands? I, Chaos, have returned to destroy the core of light and rule Skylands as its emperor. And you are so old and weak now, Eon. There is nothing you can do about it.
I've told you before, Chaos. You and the darkness have no power here.
Oh, is that so? We'll just see about that, minion.
Skylanders!
Okay, I've worked it out. We're losing. Maybe we should go to Plan B.
No, Clumshanks. I have a much better idea. Initiate Plan Z!
Not the core!
anyone? And that was the day the core of light was scattered to the far corners of the universe, and Skylands lost its greatest protectors. But there is more to their story. As the Skylanders were drawn farther and farther away from the magic of Skylands, they began to shrink until they reached your world, waiting for you to find them. And Master Eon, he survived the blast, but was changed. He became a spirit. Though without his body, he couldn't fight chaos and the darkness. But now we have you, young Portal Master. Thank the portals, we made it back in one piece. So as you can see, with our core of light destroyed, Skylands is in great danger. I'm sure that tornado was no accident. This is clearly the work of chaos.
Chaos. Oh, that guy really grinds my gears. If you're taking down Chaos, you can count me in.
Glad to hear it, Flynn. Callie agreed to help too.
Callie? Ah, Callie. Well, I've heard some things about that gal. Interesting things. If she's involved in this, count me double in.
Splendid! When you're ready, go with Flynn to perilous pastures.
I'll prep the balloon for takeoff.
And if you bring back any more of those sheep, I'll never forgive you.
So, I don't know. It's a good opening level. Sort of sets a lot of stuff up for the elements of the rest of the game. It lays all of the collectibles out like pretty well, except for the legendary treasure. All of them will adjust in your way. I don't know. I get the soul gem. Let's put it out of the way.
You see how I was able to hit that? That takes years of practice and skill. I know, amazing, right? Well, you can thank me later.
That comes back. Get ready to see that. Take a mental note at home every time that happens. But yeah, the cutscene, it sums up pretty much everything. Simple goal, simple backstory. You gotta find the core of light, and that really only gets in a few chapters in. So we're gonna go to the end of this. All the chapters are like, because I checked it and I was nearly right. There are 26 chapters. There are 22 in the main story, and then there are 4 adventure packs. 2 of which I had originally, which are Dragon's Peak and Pirate Seas. But I'm in the process of using eBay to acquire the other 2, which is Empire of Ice and this is another mechanic, Empire of Ice and Darklight Crypt. So I'm able to cover all of those as well. Because I can't really remember. I remember Empire of Ice more. I don't really remember anything about Darklight Crypt, apart from like the main mechanic of there's a get right out of the way. Apart from the central mechanic of like changing it from like dark and light. That's all I really remember about it. I'm the chef guy. And you can't really forget Chef Man. Don't remember anything about him. But there was a chef in that thing. Alright, Chompy Pod, new enemies. And there's sheep. And I'm pretty sure there's only sheep because sheep are in Spyro. Drow Spearmen, apparently, ripped straight out of Dungeons and Dragons. Because Drow are just dark elves. They produce the worst enemy in the game that have 1 health. So they're basically useless. I think they're made a bit more powerful in like later games. There's like variants. There might even be one in this game. But yeah. Sheep are really only in it because Spyro. Spyro was one of the highlights. That was one of the points that sort of sold me on it. The fact that it advertised itself very clearly as Spyro's Adventure. this is a continuation of the Spyro games, which I was into the Spyro games a lot when I was younger. Spyro 2, I used to play that a lot with my cousin on PS1. I think I might have talked about this before. I can't on one of my Let's Plays. I can't really remember. I mean, probably have. It sounds like something that I probably would have, but you know, not Insane Trilogy, Reignited Trilogy. Enjoy all of it. Really like the original 3 Spyro games, especially Spyro 2. That's my favorite. That's probably one of my favorite games of all time as well. This shaking the controller stick nonsense. It was a lot better on the Wii because you would just like shake the Wii remote. But instead of like tapping a button, because they changed it to tapping a button because that's sensible. That's what video games do. But in this, it's just shake the right analog stick. Why not? Cowboy Hat works a lot better. And we get a soul gem, which was not that difficult to find. Another advert for a figure coming up. Stump Smash. Let's see it. Whoa, cool. He stomp and he smash. He burp. He throw up the acorns. Shows some of the levels as well, so it gives you a feeling for what the rest of the game is going to be like. Oh my god. Anyways, on with the journey. So yeah, there's 26 levels in this game. As the series went along, there are progressively less amount of levels. Like I looked it up, and apparently in Imaginators, I think outside of not including adventure packs, for main story missions there's 10 of them, but they all progressively get longer because roughly the levels are like 20 minutes in this one. So 20 times by 26, that's like a decently length game. I think I looked it up and it was like 7 hours, I want to say, and that's just of like base content, just doing it.
Sheep are among the most feared creatures in Skylands. Those marble...
We need to have magic because it's about sheep. Spyro taught the sheep. Speaking of like the Spyro connection to this game, since like Toys to Life has been, well, it's been dead for 3 years. With the Spyro name has got a good fortune now because of the Reignited trilogy. That's brought Spyro back into the fray, and the same thing's been happening to Crash Bandicoot, who was also regrettably a part of Skylanders Imaginators. So I don't know if Skylanders could ever make a return or not in the modern gaming climate. It would not be good with Activision because, you know, for a game series, like the whole genre, I regret or hesitate to call Toys to Life a genre because you know, you say genre like RPG or shooter or like first person shooter, and that's a genre because it's gameplay elements. But this Toys to Life is not a gameplay element. Toys to Life is like a gimmick, and it wore off pretty quick. It was really run into the ground. The entire thing lasted 7 years, and it was dominated by 2 franchises. It's such a short amount. I mean, that is impressive. You gotta hand it to Disney Interactive, which don't exist anymore, and Toys for Bob, which don't make kids games anymore because they're doing Call of Duty now. These companies have had such... Toys to Life was really such a good impact on them, which is why they'll never make another game like this. Disney ain't making any more in-house games anymore. But I don't know if this type of game could be made under Activision, because it's essentially like this has been a point that's been said in a lot of things, so this is not my original brain thought, but for a game, for a gimmick, essentially, a game style, I feel it sounds pretentious to call it a game style, but that's really what it is, because it's a framework of making a game more than a genre that has specific gameplay requirements, specific elements of gameplay. Oh my god, I've just trapped myself out. I have to go all the way around this very Gilgrunt. I'm not fucking doing this anymore. I'm putting on Spyro. Gilgrunt walks so slow. Spyro, you can charge around. Oh my god, I didn't need to do. What? I think I have just locked myself. Oh no. Thought about that. They thought about that. I haven't locked myself out yet. And that's to get up here, right? Yes, for a treasure chest. Did I already get the hat in here? Can't remember. But yeah, the style of game is essentially microtransactions in real life, which, for obvious reasons, would never work, because it would be the worst thing ever. And that's what they did with Imaginators. They put loot boxes in a game based around buying things and like buying physical things. It's like a... Oh no, the hat's over here. It's like and it didn't even help that Imaginators had the most stuff to buy, because you not only had the Skylanders, which they introduced the new figures because they had the senseis, but they also had the Imaginator crystal, the creation crystals. So you had to buy the creation crystal. You had to buy creation crystals as well as senseis, because I assume there are gates where only senseis can get in because of course. So it's like it's a scheme for money, basically. It makes a lot of money, and I don't know if this kind of game would be one that would be popular. So I don't really know if Skylanders, because there's obviously, well, I don't know if it, obviously actually there's very surprisingly still an adamant fan, like a fan base for Skylanders. Like the other day when I was planning to do, I was thinking, Skylanders is, I wanted to do a Toys to Life retrospective. Well, Skylanders is coming out. No, Skylanders is not coming out. Skylanders has an anniversary. Better start looking into this. Do it as a big video. Do it as a retrospective review kind of thing. And I was looking into all area found. All area found.
She's not half bad. Oh yeah, and she's been captured by a bunch of evil drow. We gotta save her so she can get on with more important things. Like thanking me. Boom!
There's the first boom of the series.
Over there, that
I'm not going to dwell on that for too long.
Useful. I'll bet if you climb inside the turret, you can shoot the locks on the gate.
Lingers on that for a bit too long. But, shit, I don't even remember what I was talking about. Yeah, I was looking up. Oh. Got our first level up of the series. Which, we can't do anything about level ups yet, but we're going to be able to do some of that in a bit. So yeah, that's the legendary treasure, and I have absolutely no idea how to do that. So, I don't know, I guess we'll just come back to them at a later date. But, sorry. Yeah, so I was looking up some things about Skylanders, and I saw like videos that were recent about Skylanders. Mainly two YouTubers I looked at. I think it was because I remember Skylanders content that I watched when I was younger, because that made sense, because that's when it was like a popular thing. That's when it was still going, but not that models. That's the worst. It's the facial expression. It's like a stupid grin. It doesn't look right. Flynn also has a stupid grin, but it's like, it fits his personality.
That's me at your service.
Charming.
Yes, yes, I know.
Oh, and the balloonist is also completely copied from Spyro.
We meet the best pilot in all of Skylands.
You know, I didn't need any help back there. I had them right where I wanted them.
Sure you did.
Whatever.
Well, yes, ma'am. You are welcome.
And here's two channels specifically that I looked at. It was I think Skylander Gamer TV and Crit Crusher. And it you know, clearly because I do Let's Plays, I like to talk. Talking is one of my favourite of the things to do. But it was one of the only times where I was completely speechless. I really didn't expect people to be making such in-depth, still making Skylander content about a franchise that's never going to get a new entry. It's for all intents and purposes dead. And all the games are the same, basically. And there's a drop in quality. And I like these games, but there is a bit of a drop off. Okay. I didn't even talk about, I've been going for...
Who rescued?
Oh. Oh.
I'm going 40 minutes of raw footage here. And I've not even talked about everything I wanted to talk about. I wanted to get in depth more about like Toys to Life in general. And like Skylanders as a franchise, but I don't know. We can get into that in future episodes. I'm not just going to be restricting myself to the main three. Especially not Gilgrunt. I don't even like Gilgrunt that much. Spyro's good because I like Spyro, but I'm going to be using some of the... Because I've got nearly all... I've accumulated nearly all of the Skylanders. So, from the... sort of first game, so all the green-based ones. So I could really use any, except I'm probably not going to be using the ones that specifically came with the adventure packs. That's Terrafin, the Phoenix one, Ghost Roaster, and Slam Bam. I'm going to be saving them probably to play with the adventure packs. Also, I'm pretty excited to do this Let's Play because the most potent thing I remember about these games is how hard the final boss fight was. Like, I could not do it with all the Skylanders I had. I actually had to get my friend to help me, who also... Oh my god. Sorry if you heard that. I think a bird just like slammed itself into the window. I don't know what that was all about. Yeah, my friend who was also big into Skylanders, he had the other packs that I didn't have, and because the packs they all come with magic figures. They're like accessories basically. They come with things that help you. So we had to use all of them, and using the adventure packs makes things rain down from the sky that does a lot of damage to enemies. So we had to use all of them just to beat the final boss. So I've always toted ever since the fact that the final boss is the hardest one of the series, and then it progressively gets easier. I still remember the one in Giants being relatively difficult as well, so it'll be exciting to go and actually see how much of that claim is actually true. Because as a part of the retrospective, I am going to be looking at whether Skylanders does hold up as a game today, because you can buy it for like 15 quid, so I think it's just a worth it angle. You can buy it, and that's the starter pack. Starter pack's like 15 quid, and all the Skylanders are like £2. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be the end of the video, I think. Alright, so in the next video, where I don't know if we've if anyone's even said it yet, or we need to have this dialogue. Oh, we need to have a dialogue with Hugo, don't we? Oh, yeah. Gotta do the far view thing. Alright, so next time we're going to be clearing out the bramble from the far viewer, and they don't say it yet, but we're going to be going to the Sky Schooner docks as the next level and trying to see what's going on over there. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I'll be seeing you all in the next video. Goodbye.